This is going on to a smaller group, small boats. That really annoys our readers, members here, I'm sure. Why can't you stop the small boats coming?
It's a deeply entrenched and complex problem. That's a simple answer. And I would love to be here saying, well, claiming victory. I would love to be having a front page of the Telegraph with a plane taking off to Rwanda. That's my dream. That's my dream. It's
when will
my
that
obsession.
happen?
When will it happen? Listen, you've got to ask the courts about
By
that.
Christmas?
That would be amazing. But if I'm honest, I think it's going to take long. I think, we've got to come out of the legal dispute that we are currently embroiled in. So the High Court, we're still at first instance. The High Court is due to give a judgment later this month. If we win, that will be appealed. So then we'll have to wait for the Court of Appeal to adjudicate. That will take a few more months. If we win there, that will be appealed again.
To the European Court of Human Rights?
Or the Supreme Court. We've still got to exhaust domestic remedies. And then, even if we win the Supreme Court, no doubt there'll be a claim at Strasbourg. So unfortunately, we've got to let that play out. But, I was looking recently at the records of past Home Secretaries, and they've all, probably without exception, had indelible frustrations with the European Court of Human Rights. It took 12 years to remove Abu Qatada, the Islamist cleric. You'll remember. Overruled in English courts and then overruled by Strasbourg, and it was Theresa May who finally succeeded. So, this is not a new problem.
So while you're waiting for that to tick through the courts, what can you do apart from that? Work more with the French? You speak French, don't you? Answer that in
Je
French.
parle français.
Ah, oui?
Et vous, monsieur?
Yes, so you talk the language. Why not work more closely with them? Sorry about this awful joke. But you talk the language.
I do. I should say I used to be very fluent in French, just to set the record. It was reported that I was fluent with my French counterpart a few weeks ago. And I lived in France for a couple of years. My mother is a francophone. She speaks Creole French, and I used to be fluent after I lived in France, but it's been 20 years, so my French is a bit rusty. And when I did meet and speak to my French counterpart, we started in French.
Yes.
And I did we did a fair bit of French in the beginning, and then I did move to English. So I don't want it to be said that I am completely fluent. Maybe it'll come back, but that's an aside. What more can I do? So what more are we doing? We've got a big plan. So the French is definitely one aspect of the plan. Now the deal with the French, I know it gets a bad reputation, but the reality is that the French are stopping about 40 to 50% of the disembarkations from the French coast. So that's about 20,000 attempts are being thwarted by the French authorities.
Annually.
That's not good enough, but it's better than nothing. So to those who say scrap the deal, stop paying them, I'm not of that view, because that's better than nothing.
Double numbers.
We'd have 20,000 more people, and so it's better than nothing, but it should be more. So we've got to, that interception rate shouldn't be 50%. It should be 80, 90% at least. They've got about 200 gendarmes on the coastline. We need to double that. We need to get, the Brits working a bit more hand in hand with them. We've got to use better technology. We've got brilliant drone technology that can go over and identify these people and their operations so that we can alert the authorities to intercept. So I think much more collaboration with the French is important. And what I did take away from my conversation with Gérard Darmanin a few weeks ago was that they want to solve this. It is a blight on their Pas-de-Calais region. It's ruining communities. The mainly Albanian people who are coming are not asylum seekers. They are criminal gangs. They are bringing criminality to that region. The Front National is gaining support on the back of this issue alone. So politically and from a criminal justice point of view, they do want to fix it. We've got a joint interest. We both want to, I would go to France very soon to meet Gérard in person to talk about this. And, we've talked about possibly working more closely with the Albanians. I know he's very keen to do that. And also with other countries. We're not the only country dealing with it. The Belgians are grappling with this. The Danes just reached a similar agreement with Rwanda. We can all work together. Yeah.
Are you joining with the Danes to fight?
I would like to really explore how we can, I think there's a lot more we can build on when it comes to the Rwanda template. We can get more countries, destination countries, and we're looking actively at negotiating with countries who will take our asylum seekers. But we can also look at more source countries, so the French, the Brits, the Danes, the Belgians.
And the Navy patrols carry on, do they, on the South Coast?
Yes, I mean, Prime Minister pledged to that in the leadership contest, and I think the military do bring an added element of professionalism and resource to this challenge.